Hi, everyone. Oh my goodness. The year of the fire horse is here. Can you believe it? We've been waiting for this, yeah? So let's make sure that you can see and hear me. Tell me hi. Tell me where in the world you are. Let's talk about the year of the fire horse, some things to keep in mind. I can't wait to hear what you've been doing to prepare for it. I have been cleaning like a mad woman, all of the things. So let's go. Look, welcome to Network Like the Rich. If you're new here, we are so happy you're here. I'm Monique Alvarez. And yeah, okay, it's working. Okay, so let's dive in. So for those of you who say, I don't know what's going on, I don't know what the year of the fire horse is, I don't know anything about Chinese New Year or astrology or eclipses or all the things, I'm going to give you a Cliff's Notes version of it. But here's the good news. You don't have to know anything about it, and you don't even have to believe in it for you to benefit from what's about to happen, because this is one of the most important weeks in the last 200, 300, 400 years. There are astrologists, numerologists, Chinese, like every distinction, every culture, everyone, everywhere has talked about this week for years. Many people wish they could be alive during this time, and you and I are blessed to be here. And you might be thinking, I don't know if I feel blessed to be here. There's a lot going on in the world. There's so much craziness. It feels like, right? I can feel the earth moving under my feet. Here's what I want you to know is any time there is a shift, anytime there is a revolution, anytime there is a leaving of one system and the start of a new system, that's how it feels. And the key is this, is that your eyes are trained to look for what's good, for what's shifting in the direction we've been waiting for, to be able to calm and quiet yourself and to feel and to know and discern what is true, because most of what you are going to be told is happening, most of what is going to be put out into the airwaves is not actually what's happening. So the question becomes, what and who do you listen to? And can you really tune in? Because we are so lucky to be alive right now, and everything that's happening, it is definitely for good. And no matter what happens, you can make it good. How many of you know this, feel this to your core, all the way to your bones? So talk back to me. Tell me hi. You know how this works. Don't, unless you're sweeping and mopping like I was, carry on, just turn me on. So tomorrow is the Chinese New Year. We're shifting from the year of the snake to the year of the horse. And it's a fire horse year. And this is important because in China, there is no year that is more revered and feared than the fire horse year. So this isn't, it's not just hype. It's true. The fire horse year is special, and it only comes around every 60 years. And here we are on the edge of it. Some of you, depending on where in the world you are, you're already there, right? You're happy new year. So I'm going to go through a couple of things that are important to keep in mind this year. Also, we have a lunar eclipse happening at the same time. So, I'm in the US, so we're going to be having this early tomorrow morning, depending on your time zone. An extremely important event. This whole week is important. Friday is important. And it's a heck of a year. If you haven't figured it out already, it's going to be a fast moving year. There is a pace to this. There's a rhythm. It's a very fiery year, a lot of energy, a lot of yang energy, a lot of masculine energy. This is not a year like, oh, I think I'll take a year off and just chill. It's not really that kind of energy. It's really not. All my feminine energy people, it's a masculine energy year, right? And so what we do with it is what matters. Now, also, I'm going to go into some specifics about how to make the most of it, and then also what's so important in this this fast of a year and this fiery of a year. If you know your Chinese element and animal, put it in the chat. I'm going to be asking all of the members of the mastermind to either put it in the mastermind or send me a DM, because I can give you some specific things to help you as you navigate this year. I'm a fire snake, so I love the fire. Bring on the fire. I was born for the fire, so the fire is good and easy for me. But for those of you who have water element or even metal, it can be more challenging, and so there's some things that you want to do. Okay, so let's dive in. If you haven't already got rid of things that are trash, broken, not coming into the next season, represents an old version of you, go ahead and get that out of the house as soon as possible. Yeah, just it's a great time to purge. And if you didn't get the memo from the year of the snake, it was a lot of shedding and releasing and purging, and just let it go, right? It's just going to weigh you down. It cannot come into the next season. And also, beyond like your home and your office, this also might be in a digital world. Like I've been deleting old notes, old text messages, or old voice messages, just however you can lighten this up and clean everything up. This is what I'm going to say to you. If you get nothing else out of this, write this down. This is what's absolutely critical right here, right now, is that you let go of everything that let go of you over the last year. That you say goodbye to old versions of yourself, old dreams, old goals, old victories, old successes, older ideas, outdated versions of yourself, relationships that haven't made the cut, things that you couldn't make work no matter how hard you tried, all the things that have just been falling apart. Bless it, let it go, release it. There's this threshold that we're crossing right now. And it is really, really, really like going through the eye of the needle. It's a great time to get super honest with yourself about what you actually want right now. Not what you wanted at one time, not what you wanted 6 weeks ago or 6 months ago or 6 years ago or when you were 6. What you want right now. Get super honest with yourself about what you truly want right now. And it might feel you might feel a little bit of an inner conflict because maybe you never thought you'd want this. Don't look at what you think you're supposed to want, where you should be, where you think you were going to be, what makes sense, what looks good on paper, what makes sense on paper. Probably, most likely, what is pulling you and what really, really, really deep down inside you want, it's probably one of the most ridiculous paths. Like if you could think about all the different options and variations, it's probably the one that makes the least sense. It's probably the least logical, probably the least likely to work, the one that will most likely get the most criticism if you shared it with your whoever, right? Your friends, your family, your parents, your kids, whoever. But if it's calling you, if it's pulling you, that's the one. Write it out. What is it? What is it that you want, and who do you want to be? Write it out and declare it on the Chinese New Year, 17th. And say goodbye. Write it and declare it, what you're letting go of. This combination of the fire horse and the eclipse season. It's a different kind of season. So how many of you know, like, if you decide that you're going to start going to the gym and you're going to start getting in shape and you're going to start lifting weights and you're going to start walking and you're going to start eating better and you're going to start drinking more water, we all know that this is a gradual thing, right? You don't go step into the gym and you walk in at 180 pounds and then you do one workout and you walk out at 140 pounds. We know that. Like, we understand there's a process. You don't start a business today and then snap your fingers and, right, you're just instantly there. But here's the thing, right now, this week is a time of rapid, instantaneous, spontaneous just that fast. It's not a gradual thing, it's a fast thing. It's this ability to let something go, whether it's a dream, a vision, a career, a job, a relationship, a identity. You can let it go and you can immediately and instantly step into something new. And everything that's happening right now will help you hold that and maintain that, because you know just as well as I do, right? Most people, they get the gym membership, they go for a little bit, they don't get results as fast as they want. Something happens, they skip 3 days, it's hard to get back on the wagon. And then 6 months later, they're not really that much further ahead, because this is human nature, right? Like we slide back and we move forward, and it's so difficult. You've heard me talk about this. It's so difficult to change. This is a week you can change. Who do you want to be? What are you done with? No matter how much you thought it was you, no matter how much you thought it defined you, what are you done with? And what are you open to? What are you deciding and declaring? This is definitely a year to be decisive. It's about what you decide. Okay, so when people are like, is this going to be a good year for me or a bad year for me? Is the world going to go to shit? Is everything going to be okay? This is what I want you to know. It depends on what you decide right now. If you decide it's your most prosperous, healthy, amazing year, it will be that. And if you decide that you're going to look around and let everyone else determine it, or you're going to be two minds about it and you're going to hesitate, I'm going to tell you, it'll be a totally different year. You can get on the horse, you can take the reins, and you can run. You can sync up with it. Or, as you know, how many of you were raised around horses? How many of you have ridden horses, right? I was raised around horses. I've ridden horses. Better respect those horses. And the last thing that you want to do is hesitate, because when the horse takes off, either you're in the saddle and you've got a hold of the reins, or you're going to be on the ground. And then hopefully one foot doesn't get caught in a stirrup, and then you get drug. Have you ever seen that? Anyone else watch rodeos and all the crazy things that can happen? You don't want this year to drag you. That's going to hurt. So if you've been waffling between like, should I go left? Should I go right? This one has made me a lot of money. This makes sense on paper. This looks good in other people's eyes. This is kind of what people would expect me to do. I have my degree in that. I have lots of experience in that, but this is what I really want to do. You cannot be waffling. You cannot be going back and forth. You need to decide, and you need to be honest with yourself. Because if you pick the wrong one in a fast moving year, why pick the wrong one? Like you might get it, and you might get it quickly, and you didn't want it. Yeah. So, here you all are. Yeah, you were purging like crazy. You could feel it. It's this instinct, right? It's like when when a woman's pregnant and the baby's coming and she knows it, right? She starts cleaning and organizing baby clothes and getting rooms ready. It's like, you just know, like I say, whether you understand it, whether you believe in it, whether you know everything that was happening, there's things that you feel. And this is another thing I want you to really lock in. This is a year to trust your gut feeling, because you're going to feel it. And when you feel it, you know it. And you're going to know it before you know why you know it. Trust it. Trust it. It's also such an important year to do everything with big heart, big love. Do it with all your heart. The people you choose to have in your life, love them big. The work you choose to do it with all your heart. Pour so much love into this year, into your life, into your people, into your stuff. I wrote some things in the group. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Throw out those old shoes. Shoes are a real key, because they represent direction and movement. And so for a fire horse year, I mean, I can't even tell you, I love shoes. Anybody else love shoes? I really love shoes. I got rid of so many shoes. And I'm going to tell you, I woke up and I knew the shoes that represented an old version of me and that reminded me of a different season. And it was like, they got to go. No matter how cute they are, no matter how much I spent on them, no matter, I might want them in the future. You should have seen my son. My boys were sitting right here and they're like, I was just hauling trash bags out. They're like, what you doing, Mom? I'm getting ready for the year of the horse because I'm not going to bring anything into this year. Yeah. Yes, the Chinese New Year impacts everyone regardless of culture. Great question. Absolutely. I'm going to tell you something interesting. So, when I had my first experience with the Chinese zodiac and numerology, it was such a profound experience. It was so freaking spot on. I was very curious to learn more. And so I would read and study, and then I, found out what Derek was and did his whole thing. And then my parents, and um, as soon as, like, literally the day or the day after the boys were born, I went to my person, and she ran their chart, right? Did the Chinese stuff, the numerology stuff. And then I was telling them, when we were living in Albania, they were 3 and 4 years old, and I had a client who did all of this, and she ran each of our charts again, and our full family thing, and the business, and all of the things. And I'm telling you, it's crazy how spotted on it is. The other interesting thing is, so one of my sons is a snake, so he's wrapping up his year. My other son's a horse, so we're stepping into his year. And this topic of the fire horse, I can't remember when it first came into my world, but I did a ton of research on the fire horse year and fire horse years. And historically, over hundreds and thousands of years, what happens in fire horse years, you can't make this stuff up. You can go do the research yourself. It's insane, right? And here's the thing. We love to celebrate leaders and visionaries and people who lead revolutions and change. But when it's happening right here and we can feel it all of a sudden we start going, oh, wait, did we want this, or should we just keep on like we had been? You were literally born for this time, and everything that has happened in your life has prepared you for right now. And whatever you decide for this year, your whole rest of your life is different. This is changing the trajectory of your lifetime this year, this week, right now. Oh yeah, if you've got water, yeah, perching full. Yes. Yes. Now listen, right after this, I'm going to go get some red roses and yellow sunflowers. Yeah. And so if you haven't already got flowers, and you can go get some, if you want to get some tomorrow, I want you to take the time to pause and honor this historic time we're in, and to ask, what is mine to do? What is on my heart? What's pulling me? Because that's really the thing, is when every single person is aligned to themselves. That's how we have this incredible ripple effect. The world doesn't just change. Good things don't just happen. We all individually and collectively align to who we are and what we really want to do with ourselves and our time and our energy. This, when you add it all up, when you put us all together, it's so incredibly powerful. I love flowers. Okay, get some in the morning. Perfect. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Sharon. You're a fire dragon. Yeah. That's what she said. Okay, so this is a thing. I want to go through a couple of things that I mentioned. Because if a few of you have asked me, and so I just want to go through it. Yeah. So, and when I put these things, I'm specifically talking about the fire horse year. Yeah. So there's more things that could be said on the topic, but this is specific for the fire horse. Let me find some. I love how many of you post in here and contribute to the conversation. So I said, whatever you do in a fire horse year, you have to know so much good is happening. No matter what they tell you is happening, no matter what your eyes tell you, there is so much good happening. we're graduating, we're shifting, we're evolving. It's good. Focus on the good in yourself and in others. Yeah. Accept rapid change. Human beings don't really love change. Yeah. Our brains prefer the same path, right? Um, accept it. You don't want to fight against this change that's happening. You don't want to fight against rapid change. Whatever you do, don't fight it. Yeah. Accept it. Accept it. Accept it. Don't resist change. Pretty much the same thing. Don't resist it. You don't want to fight against a horse. And I'm going to just tell you, for all my horses out there, all of those of you who were born in the year of the horse, horses have a stubbornness that can serve them really well in this world. But the point is that you don't want to resist a horse year, because horses are more stubborn than you are. You're not going to win. Yeah. It's definitely necessary to get out of your comfort zone. You're going to go out of your comfort zone big, but it's going to be so worth it. And along with all this rapid change, people are going to disappear, especially, we've got an eclipse season on top of this. For those of you who aren't familiar with eclipse seasons, I remember this was, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. I remember eclipse season started, and literally people just started disappearing out of my life. Like, major things were happening. And I called a friend and I said, just give me a bottom line it for me. What's eclipse season? She was like, rapid change, people disappear. Like, things will just disappear and then new things will appear. And I'm like, oh, no wonder. So when people disappear off the face of the earth, when they leave your life for whatever reason, in whatever way it happens, let it happen. Don't chase them down. Don't try harder. Don't talk it out. Don't fight it out. Don't convince. Just let it happen. They aren't coming on the next chapter, obviously. And when plans fall through, same thing. It wasn't for your highest and best. It might have been something you put a lot of time and energy in. It might have been something that you had wanted for a long time. And when the plans fall apart, let them go. And you have to move on something. This is a year of movement. Horses have so much energy. So my son Grant, and then the wise woman in my life, she was also born in the year of the horse. Horses have so much dang energy. And if you don't move this year in every way, shape, or form, we're going to talk about moving your body, but if you don't move on your decisions, if you don't move on your ideas, it'll cost you. And take full responsibility for your life. Take full responsibility for your life. Decide, act, be decisive, run. Boom, boom, boom. What else did I say? Health. Okay, so there's a few things for a fire horse year and fiery years in general. So especially for those of you who don't have fire in your chart, you got water, you got especially water, I think, but maybe metal. You definitely have to hydrate. If you don't drink the water that you're supposed to drink, that you're supposed to drink, if you like your water bottle's empty or full at the end of the day, and you drink a lot of tea and coffee and alcohol and all the other things, iced tea and soda and all, I'm telling you, you've got to hydrate this year. You've got to hydrate big time. And you've got to move your body. So back to this, you got to move on something. You got to move. There's so much big energy in this year. If you don't work it through your body, you'll feel it. Yeah. I think one of the worst things in a fire horse year is to have an overactive mind and an underactive body. Write this down. So one of the worst things that you can do this year is have an overactive mind, be thinking and stewing and, maybe I should do this, but nope. And an underactive body. You're gonna need to move. Some of you need to take a 10-minute walk between all your client calls. You need to work out for an hour in the morning. Some of you need to work out for an hour at night. Like move through this energy. And then what's the other part of this? Being around water is going to be very helpful because it is so fiery. But the other part of this is, if you're moving on your ideas and your inspiration and your purpose, what's pulling you. If you're moving on that and you're moving your body, you'll probably have no problem sleeping at night. But if your overactive mind and your underactive body in a fire horse year come together, you probably won't sleep well. And then if you don't sleep well and you're not getting good rest in a fire horse year, you're going to be fried within 3 months. Yeah, because it's just so figure out, practice shutting it down. And then when you're up, you're running, right? No, when you're on, be on, and when you're off, be off. If you have a hard time shutting, if you haven't found the off switch on your brain, move your body way more. That'll help right off the bat. Like move way more than you want to, walk further than you want to. When my mind was really overactive, when I was in the worst year of grief, which was year 2, year 1 is like you're oblivious. Year 2, it punched me in the nose. Year 2, my mind was right. And so I walked 6 miles a day that year. It was the only way I could get my mind to halfway shut her down, shut up, get beyond my thoughts. You have to know what your thing is. Maybe you're meditating for 20, 30, 40 minutes. If you are meditating and you're like, when's this going to be over? I'm bored. This doesn't help. This is stupid. I don't even know why people do this. Then meditate for longer. Meditate until your mind stops chattering and talking back. It's going to be really, really helpful. For some of you, meditation is going to be the thing that gets you through this year. And maybe you don't even know what meditation is. Maybe you've never done it. You all know I'm a real big fan of Yoga Nidra. And I love when people tell me, well, I don't know how to do yoga. Yoga Nidra, you're laying on your back. Trust me, you can do it. Just go to YouTube, find a Yoga Nidra and do it every day. So at least for 20, 30, 40 minutes a day, you can shut her down so that when you're running, you can run. And at night, you can sleep. Okay, what else? Money. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the truth. This isn't a difficult year to make money. Unless you're doing the thing you think you're supposed to do instead of the thing you want to do. Then it's going to be way harder, even if it makes more sense on paper. The other big thing with money, and I put on here that many companies will continue to downsize. So there is going to be more layoffs. There is going to be more of that. And if you think that corporations don't follow the Chinese years and numerology, they do. In fact, they're more dedicated and they believe in it more. Billionaires believe in it more than anyone else. Mega corporations understand this. And in a fire horse year, this is why they've actually been preparing for this. And a lot of you, you were preparing through the snake year. The snake year was a lot of preparation for a lot of this. I've been purging all year. It popped up in my memories a year ago. In February in Colorado, I was having yard sales. I could feel this coming, right? So why have big corporations been downsizing, and why will they continue to downsize this year? Because this is a year to run a lean business, a smart business. You don't want unnecessary overhead. You don't want unnecessary expenses. Now, if it's a good expense, if it's a good investment, great. If the dad is telling you this and there's a reason, but have you ever like went through just on a personal level, like go through your bank statements or your bank account and you're like, I don't even know what this is. I've been paying $39 a month for this for 72 months. I don't even know what it is. I don't even have the app on my phone anymore. That kind of stuff has to go. Yeah. So you want to tighten it in. Another key thing for money is like, if you hate what you're doing, it's crushing you, but it pays you. You need to start looking for something else. This needs to be an opportunity to shift out of that mindset. Like the only way to make money is to do something I hate, right? No. The other thing is, with money and spending is like impulsive purchases are not good. You want to be disciplined, right? So what benefits horses, and all horses benefit from discipline. Horses who don't have enough discipline in their childhood and then they don't develop it in their own years, in their 20s and 30s, undisciplined horses, you don't want those people in your life. Like, it's hard to be around them, right? Because they just be disciplined when it comes to your spending. No impulsive things. Don't go into debt. Don't buy. Don't. This isn't the year for frivolity. I love frivolity. This ain't the year for it. And here's the key: is this. Whether you or someone you know wants a job or a successful business, the key to it is making yourself better every day. What are you doing to have an edge every day? The self-education, the self-development, the self-alignment is the key. You all know I've been saying this forever, but I'm going to tell you something. It's really going to become obvious this year. Formal education is so insanely outdated, right? I tell everyone who will listen, if your kids are in college right now, make sure that they're benefiting by networking and connections, because that degree is beyond worthless. It's not going to help them in their career. Will 1% of them become doctors, nurses, and attorneys? And I don't know, throw out another one that has to have a degree. Maybe so. Will they do it for their whole life? Probably not. Will most of them even start the career? Nope. Formal education is so insanely outdated. How are you going to better yourself? And if you don't better yourself every day, and this is the line I want you to remember, the world will outgrow you if you don't grow. Things are moving too fast. People who are like, oh, I'm not going to learn that. I'm not going to do this. Better. Better. Okay. And when you get ideas in your business, you better not sit on it for friggin' half a day. You want to make money this year? Move on it when you get it. Because this person over here, they move on it faster, they're going to reap the rewards. Okay, in business, be conscious and intentional in all things. Yeah. Make sure that you vet people. You can hit it off with someone, you can think there's great synergy, but this is a year where it's really, really important to just like give a short period of time to figure out who they are. Let them show you who they are. Vet them before you make a commitment, before you dive in and you marry them and have babies and put them on the paperwork of your business and all the things. Potential collaborators, partners, you're going to vet them. Relationships are so, so important. Make sure you surround yourself with the best people and then love on them, because you might need to lean on them this year. Trust your gut. Been saying that. Be decisive, be bold. If you can't be bold this year and you can't be decisive and you're unwilling to lead, acknowledge it, and then you're going to follow someone else. Because if you stand like in this, like, I don't know, like another horse is going to friggin' plow you over. Yeah. So this feels really, really important. And I'm going to emphasize it because we, most of us have an online business. And for people who have an online business, it's a little different. No, it's a lot different than people who have an offline business. So the online world and social media in particular, it's a world where, you know, people are very expressive and they're very opinionated and all good and well. But in a fire horse year, it's not a great year for you to go online and do a post and a reel and a live and a, you know, a trilogy and a whatever, a TV show about how you don't like certain things in your industry and you don't think that the way she does it and she does it and he does it is right. And the way you do it is the best. And I think they lack integrity and I think they shouldn't use that method and this, and it's not a great year to do that. If you want to criticize others, if you want to put other people down for the way that they do things, if you want to be the one who starts conflict and has chaos, don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah. Don't complain. Don't criticize. Don't put other people down. Focus on your own thing and do your thing. Do your thing however you want to do your thing, and let them do their thing however they want to do their thing. Stay out of the comment section. You don't need to reply to every person you disagree with. You don't need to make a post about everything you see going on the internet and in your industry. Keep your mouth shut and channel all your energy into your thing, because none of that is going to bring good in your life, and none of that's going to make you money. Focus. Okay, let's talk about this leadership piece for a bit. Yeah. How many of you are willing to lead this year? Like, for realsies, lead yourself and lead others. It's so important. You have to lead strong this year. First yourself. And if you don't want to lead, if you don't want to take the heat, you don't want to take the blame, if you don't want to be the one who's the first one to get right, if you don't want to be decisive, then get out of the way. Acknowledge it. Either lead and act or step aside. Because I'm going to tell you something, in Fire Horse years, leaders rise. And the ones who want to lead, they're going to rise so high. There's going to be people that you know right now, and in a year, you're going to be like, look where they are now. Look at the doors open. Look at the opportunities. Look at the influence. It's going to be insane. They're going to be unrecognizable. Because if you're willing to lead, and if you're willing to take everything that comes with leadership, you're going to rise very high this year. And if you don't, it's okay, but you've got to get out of the way. There's no in between. That's a black or white thing. It's one or the other. In home and family, make sure that you're making time for your spouse, date nights, time with your kids, time for your family. Slow it down at home. You're going to be running in business, running in money, running in career, you're moving your body, exercising at home and with your family, with your tight inner circle. Slow it down. Make memories. Love on each other. Be quick to apologize. Be quick to apologize. Because harmony in that inner circle is so, so key when we're going through a global collective revolution. Okay. I think I've said all I need to say. This is what I want you to know. You got to decide, make it so real. It's the most real thing. You know who you are. You know what you're here to do. Even if it sounds crazy, if you're like, oh my gosh, going after this just seems insane, but it's the thing that's calling me, then it's the thing that's calling you. Lock in, commit to it. Drag the old shoes and the trash out of the house. Go buy some flowers. Commit to moving your body. Commit to moving on your ideas and your inspiration. Commit when you have that dream, when you get that, move on it. Move on it. Lead. We need leaders. We need leaders. And do not criticize anyone else's path. Just run the best freaking race that you can. Until next time, Happy New Year. Happy eclipse season. Aren't we lucky? We were born for such a time as this. See you soon.